Welcome back to News Across Nigeria, where north, south, east, and west, we keep you up to speed with what's happening across the country. But before we continue, we'd like to remind you that channelstv.com has more information for you, and on youtube.com/channelsweb, you can watch our videos. You can also watch us on your mobile device via your browser or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows devices from their respective stores. Besides giving you access to news updates, the Channels TV and Channels 24 app have an eyewitness feature. You can use that to share pictures, videos, or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions. To security in Zamfara State, the Commissioner of Police has been explaining the events that played out when armed bandits attacked several villages on Tuesday. He told Channels Television that security personnel have been deployed to the affected communities to prevent a recurrence, while a hunt for the perpetrators is going on. According to eyewitnesses, armed bandits invaded 5 villages of Gidangoga district in Maradun local government area on Tuesday morning, shooting sporadically at residents and carting away cows. In May this year, no fewer than 30 people were killed by suspected armed bandits and cattle rustlers in an attack on Malikawa village in the same district.
We were alarmed this morning to see a news report indicating that in a fresh attack that 30 people have been killed, and without giving the specific date of the incident. So I'm using this medium, this platform, to give you the correct victims of that attack. The first one, there were no victims in the area of recording death. But in the second segment of the attack, while the bandits were fleeing from those 2 communities, 3 people were killed. No arrest has been made, but we are in the process. We are need to have been doing coordinated bush combing. It has always been a standard operational procedure that whenever there are incidences, even before, what we do first is to establish what we call fear reduction patrols, so that with the patrols we can stabilize the community and allay the fears of further attacks. And accompanying with those is we have stop and search, both at the exit and the entrance of the community.
Now to the southwest, it's been another long day for motorists and commuters plying the Apapa-Oshodi Expressway as the permanent shutdown of traffic along the route extends into a 4th day. Channels Television gathered that the road users along that axis are trapped in the traffic gridlock following the blockade of all service lanes on the expressway by trucks trying to navigate from the other lanes already occupied by the articulated vehicles. The residents of the area are calling for urgent intervention from the Lagos state government and enforcement agencies before the total breakdown of law and order. For several months, the presence of trucks have been a regular sight on the major highways in the nation's commercial capital. Correspondent Olu Phillips has been monitoring the traffic situation in Apapa and brings us this report.
Lagos is on a lockdown. We saw this coming. The authorities didn't do much about this, and today we have chaos on our hands. And if you take into consideration what will be happening in 8 days from now, when the Third Mainland Bridge will be shut for testing for 3 days, then it tells you what this is a foretaste of what Lagos will experience in terms of traffic situation. In terms of traffic situation, the trucks have blocked all the entrances on the Oshodi Apapa Expressway. They are permanently stuck here. The reasons, they best look to themselves. And the truth again is that this is a man-made problem that requires a man-made solution. And what is the solution? These trucks are owned by people. The containers they are carrying are owned by shipping companies. These shipping companies should actually take responsibility of where their containers should go. everybody shouldn't come on the road and park their containers, park their trucks. The laws are there, but simply no one is enforcing the law. We don't have the Federal Road Safety Commission here. We do not have the police here. We don't have the last man here. We don't have any authority of government, state or federal, having to do anything to solve this problem. This problem has been with us, and it's not something anybody can wish away, except authorities actually sit up and do something about this menace.
Very chaotic traffic situation in Apapa. Away from that to the power sector, and in a not unrelated sentiment on the part of the people, not only are they the ones groaning, consumers of electricity across the country took to the streets to vent their anger on the inadequate power situation from Lagos, Delta and Niger State. Our correspondent Chris Elms captures their complaints, which range from exorbitant charges to outright blackouts. Some of them are now asking for alternative service providers.
It's a harvest of dissatisfied electricity consumers from different parts of the country. They are out to protest for services rendered by their service providers amidst exorbitant bills. At the gate of Eko Electricity Distribution Company in Marina, Lagos, traders and business owners are here to deliver a letter to sever ties with their service providers. They claim they found the light in an independent power project that could guarantee them a 24-hour power generation.
Just of recent, we got to know that a company can give us even 24/7 electricity supply. And we said this is just good for us. But we now saw the publication in the newspapers from Eko Disco that they won't allow that.
The managing director of Eko Electricity Distribution Company, who received them, promises to look into their complaint.
The letter has been received, and I promise you that I will review it and I will revert ASAP.
In Niger State, women, their children, barricade the major road along Maitumbi town, frustrated by the lack of power supply for more than 7 months.
We lost about 3 of our members. That enough is enough for them to sympathize with us.
However, the general manager, Abuja Electricity Distribution Company, says their problem stems from encroachment on their facilities by members of the community.
There is a pole, a shop that our pole is inside. So the encroachment is such a way that they have encroached up to the pole level.
The songs from the oil and gas-rich Delta State is not one to dance to. It's a summation of their anger over the alleged refusal of Benin Electricity Distribution Company to energize their transformers, which they were compelled to donate to the disco. This has left them in darkness for close to 1 year. The area mainly affected is the government-reserved area, Phase 2 Oshimili South Local Government Area.
It's disappointing to know that a private entity such as them can afford to say, because of just a mere 14 persons who are indebted to them, refuse to give us power supply.
How will you sit at the comfort of your home in your offices on a system in Benin and you are sending out outrageous estimated bills to people?
Addressing the protesters, the corporate affairs officer of the company claims their indebtedness is the reason they've remained in darkness.
We will restore supply to them, but they have to at least key into the process by ensuring that they settle part of the indebtedness. They are standing on their previous bills.
So long, too long. But how much longer will the people wait and wail in darkness, frustrated by inadequate services? Pushed against the wall, the rebound could be unpleasant. Chris Elms, Channels Television News.
You're watching news across Nigeria. Coming up, the National Boundary Commission has quite a job on its hands. That's because there's an appeal concerning the boundary disputes in some areas of Delta and Edo State to them. Stay with us for details.